everyone, it's Maki here. The event with the life-size Gundam on display in Japan has come to an end. The use of a large number of drones for aerial artistry captivated many fans. Yoshiyuki Tomino, the director of the original Gundam and the father of the Gundam series, spoke to fans like this. I saw something wonderful. It was like a dream, and I'm happy. This statement is a lie. When the life-size Gundam project began, I said let's see it jump as high as it can. A storm of criticism came from the technicians. I learned that this level of movement was the limit in reality, and I had been patient for several years. But when I saw children looking up at the Gundam with joy, it was a very happy experience for me. Experiencing how people react when a fictional existence appears in reality was an important lesson for me. Although he was critical in the first half of his comment, his expression was gentle and not at all angry. It may have been Mr. Tomino's way of hiding his embarrassment. The life-size Gundam exhibition has ended for now, but it will not be dismantling. In the next exhibition, we might be able to see Gundam jumping. Let's wait and support it. Now, once again I will talk about contents that contain spoilers for the movie Gundam Seed Freedom. If you want to watch the movie without prior information, I recommend watching this program after watching the movie. Did you press the subscribe button? For those of you who pressed the button, I will present you with a rejuvenation medicine specially made by Colony Mendel. The queen of the foundation, Oramaka Hebo, is described in the brochure as being 50 years old, despite her youthful appearance. Photos of Ora as an adult also appear in the film. What kind of being is she, exactly? The novel provides a description of why she appears as a young girl. Kira's father, Ulen Hibiki, was a researcher at Colony Mendel, and Ora had a rivalry with him. Their rivalry revolved around the creation of a superior human race. It was during these days of research that Ora met Durandal. At the time of their meeting, Durandal was much younger than Ora. However, regardless of age, Ora had great respect for Durandal's intelligence and his ideology of striving for a better world. To correct the distortions of the world and create a just world, Ora and Durandal devoted themselves to their research. One day, Ulen said coldly to Ora, "Isn't manipulating genes enough for you? Trying to control everything about others? You are an arrogant human." Ora was furious at Ulen for dismissing her research as worthless. She deeply despised Ulen, who was only interested in his own research and achievements. Ora believed that those with great abilities should use them for the good of the world. Ora and Durandal decided to patiently watch the children of a cult grow, never rushing them. However, one day when everything seemed to be going smoothly, the Mendel colony was attacked. Ora was conducting research parallel to a cult's technology, focusing on anti-aging. There was a serious problem among the coordinators living in the plants. It was the drastic drop in birth rates. At this rate, the coordinators would become extinct. In order to deal with this situation, research into extending the human lifespan was extremely important. In addition, this field had been a target of human desire since ancient times, making it easier to gather research funds. When the Mendel colony was attacked, Ora was doused with the anti-aging drug. In the midst of fear and agony, Ora experienced the phenomenon of her body rejuvenating. After a while, Ora's rejuvenation stopped. Ora, now in the form of a young girl, noticed the change in the way people looked at her. The disdainful looks directed at the powerless girl gradually twisted Aura's psyche. In the midst of these humiliating days, Aura sought to achieve results that would prove that she was a superior scientist. Thus she planned the execution of the destiny plan against the whole world by the Foundation Kingdom. The reason Aura appeared as a young girl was because she was soaked in an anti-aging drug. In the novel, it is described that Aura's body became immutable, trapped in a form that doesn't age at all. What does it mean not to age? Aging is sometimes interpreted as a form of growth. Has Aura become immortal? Unfortunately, there are no other clear descriptions. However, Aura considers her current state to be humiliating. It's very likely that she hasn't achieved any results, like extended lifespan. Perhaps the drugs taken by Raoul Creed and Weizoburo could have been applications of Aura's research. Besides, if Aura had perfected a technique to extend lifespan, it wouldn't be surprising if she had offered it to Durandal. It's likely that the finished drug would have been given to Creed and Wei, who had close ties to Durandal. The medications that Creed and Wei took were not effective in restoring their lifespans to normal. In the movie, Aura throws the words of fraud failure at Kira. Perhaps this line is a manifestation of her dissatisfaction with her own condition. The novel repeatedly mentions that Aura deeply respected Durandal. She harbors a deep hatred for Kira Yamato, who took the life of her comrade Durandal. In the final battle of the movie, Lois Klein escapes from the Foundation and joins the Compass. Angered by Lois' betrayal, Aura thinks to herself that Durandal's decision to abandon Lois Klein may have been the right one. It is interesting to note that the novel makes no mention of Durandal's feelings or judgment of Aura. Durandal dies in the final battle of Seed Destiny, so his absence in Seed Freedom is not strange. However, it would have been possible to include him in flashbacks. Aura respected Durandal very much, but did Durandal respect Aura? In the final battle of the movie, Aura becomes so disturbed and angry that she changes the target of the Requiem's attack. She intended to destroy Orb to claim victory, but changed her target to the battleship Millennium due to Kira's provocation. The Requiem was then evaded by the Millennium's skilled helmsman, Newman. Did Durandal respect someone who let his emotions run wild and failed to make critical decisions at key moments? Aura is proud to say Lois Klein is my masterpiece. Durandal tries to assassinate Lois. Aura interprets that Durandal gave up on Lois because she grew into a person with a character unfit to rule the world. Another scene that could serve as a reference for analyzing Durandal's evaluation of Aura involves words spoken by Kira's father, Ulen Hibiki. Ulen told Aura, "You are very elegant." This is the exact same phrase Durandal used to Kira in the final battle of Seed Destiny. It's unclear how this would translate into languages other than Japanese, but in the Japanese version of the novel, both Ulen Hibiki and Gilbert Durandal say the exact same phrase. Did Durandal really find value in Aura's ideology? This is something to look forward to in future spin-offs and reruns. Some fans may have changed their impressions of Ulen Hibiki. Among many fans, Ulen is often cited as the person responsible for the events in the Seed series. However, the novel version has made it clear that Ulen himself had no intention of dominating or creating chaos in the world. The Super Coordinator's technology was originally based on the plan with good intentions. It was a technology designed to fulfill the desire of parents to endow their children with wonderful talents. It was researched to control unstable growth and produce coordinators as designed. There is a saying in Europe, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Perhaps Ulen conducted his research in the hope of bringing happiness to the people. Kira's kind and sincere personality may not only come from his mother, but may also be a result of inheriting Ulen's traits. Of course, please remember that this is just my personal interpretation. It has been revealed that amazing technologies such as anti-aging and supernatural abilities similar to Echo's exist in the world of seed, not only in research but also in practical application. What kind of changes will the world see from here on out? Imagining such things could also be a fun experience. Thank you for watching the program until the end. Let's meet again in the next episode.